Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Lights Up on Broadway. Before I get into the main content of my blog today, I just want to remind everybody to hit the subscribe button below. That way you can get first look access to all of my content going forward. And one last little note of sort of administrative notes is I just want to remind everybody to stay safe and healthy out there. To provide an update on me, I am self-isolating for the next 14 days. My doctor does think I have COVID-19 because I have a lot of the symptoms of early COVID-19. But because my symptoms as of right now are relatively mild, we are going to just assume I have it and not test me because testing shortages in Massachusetts are real, and we're just going to try to preserve what little testing we still have in the state for high-risk patients and healthcare workers. But that is all I wanted to talk about, and now I want to get into the main gist of my video. And today I want to talk about playbills. So playbills are what you receive when you go to the theater, and they're just kind of like the programming for the different theaters, and they have a bunch of different information in it. I'm somebody who likes to read the playbills before the show starts. There's different advertisements on here. There's different information about just different articles on upcoming shows, and it obviously does include a breakdown of who's in the cast, who is understudying for the different roles, who's a swing in the production, and things like that. So I know not everybody likes to take their playbills, but I am somebody who kind of does collect them. And I have started collecting older playbills of productions that I haven't seen, but have some of my kind of like personal faves in them. And my number one favorite place to get old playbills is I like to go to Broadway Flea, which is a flea market for Broadway collectors that is held every September. So fingers crossed that we will be able to have a Broadway Flea this September, because it really is sort of my favorite time of the year. So as somebody who does like to collect playbills, I do like to display them in different ways. And so that's going to be like the whole point of this video today. And I like to display my playbills in a couple different ways. My first way is I like to get like these decorative boxes, and then just put the playbills in the box like so. And what I'll do is I'll put them open facing around my apartment, and I'll typically go through and change the playbills in them about once a month. That way I can kind of get like a bunch of different playbills displayed in one. And so that's one way I like to display my playbills. And what I'll typically do is like I'll put this on shelving units or coffee tables and things like that. Another way I know a lot of my friends like to display their playbills is they like to take like these types of lights, and they'll typically come with clippings on these lights. And what they'll do is they'll take the little clips off of every light, and they will attach them to the playbill, and that way like it's kind of like a lighted up area of how you want to display your playbills, which I also think is really neat. I haven't done this yet, but I am hoping to do that this summer around my apartment, because even though I've been living in my apartment for about a year now, I haven't really decorated. So I'm definitely gonna use some of these fairy lights that I haven't put up and use them to display my playbills. And another way that people like to display their playbills is they like to get those binders that have like those protective coverings in them. And then they like to put them in like their little protective coverings. That way, one, they stay safe. And then two, that way also, again, that way they stay safe. And it's also just like a neat way to display your playbills as well. And also, that is something I haven't done, but I have seen people get really creative in how they use those different binders, and it can look really pretty too. So yeah, so those are just some of the ways that you can display your playbills. And if you're anyone like me, if you have any other suggestions on how to playfully decorate your playbills and show them off, please feel free to drop any of your comments below. And so I think that's it for today. Please, again, stay safe and healthy, and I will see you in another week or so for another video. And please continue to subscribe to my channel, and please continue to go check out my blog on WordPress, because I typically update WordPress about 2 to 3 times a week with new articles, and hopefully you would find something that you really, really like there too. All right. Thank you. Bye, everybody.